Happy Friday, ICC friends. I am Xaviera. I am the CEO and editor of Ice Cream Conversations. Every Friday night, we get together for about an hour to talk about some of the top stories in celebrity news and entertainment this week. So I hope all of you had a fantastic week. Again, thank God it is Friday, TGIF. For those of you who are checking in tonight, let me know where you are checking in from. And if you would be so kind, please share tonight's chat with your friends, just in case they don't know that we are on and we are about to talk about some of the top stories in entertainment and celebrity news. And trust me when I say there is a lot going on in celebrity news and entertainment this week. A lot of scandalous stuff, to say the least. But thank you all for checking in. I see New York. Where else? Jersey in the building. I'm a Jersey girl, so love and shout outs to all my peoples in Jersey. So I'm very excited to be talking to you tonight. The first thing I want to do is begin tonight's chat by extending my condolences. They always say death come in threes, and I'm starting to believe they may be onto something. First, Barbara Bush passed away, the former First Lady, and some people were really cruel in the comments about her passing. You know, my thing is, I may not agree with the Bushes, and I know I make it a personal philosophy to stay out of the Bushes. But, you know, anytime somebody lose their mama, I just can't be vicious. You know what I mean? I'm like, worst case scenario, like, God bless. You know, I just can't be cruel when somebody loses their mama. So, you know, condolences to the Bush family. And then Bruno Sammartino. Now, see, the WWE has been messing with my spirit something terribly for the past 2 weeks. I think, was it last week, I watched the HBO documentary about Andre the Giant and literally sat up and felt like I was about to cry because it just got next to me, because as a young girl, I loved the WWE. The WWE, well, it was WWF back then, for those of you who, you know, old enough to know what's going on. It was a big part of my childhood. Every Saturday, you know, I was watching wrestling in the afternoon, and I used to stay up and beg to stay up late at night to watch WrestleMania or Saturday night's main event that they used to show on NBC late night on Saturdays. I think it was like somewhere either before or after Saturday Night Live. But anyway, Bruno Sammartino passed away. I believe he was 82. I want to say he was 82. I may be getting him mixed. Yeah, I think he was 82 because I think Barbara Bush was 92. But Bruno Sammartino, just a fun fact. Bruno Mars, his mama gave him the nickname after Bruno Sammartino. So that's just a little fun fact for all of you who did not know that. And then last but not least, just very sad news coming out today from overseas. DJ and producer Avicii has passed away, and he was only 28 years old. They say that he had some substance abuse issues. I don't know personally, so I don't even want to go there with it, but he is gone, and, you know, we're still waiting for confirmation of actually what happened, but it's just very sad. He was so young. He was very talented, and, you know, people just cashing out. Like, you just got to get right. You got to get right with God, because people are literally cashing out of here. And just very sad, very sad. So I extend my condolences to the families of Barbara Bush and Bruno Sammartino, as well as DJ Avicii. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into celebrity news entertainment. So I tried to step my game up a little bit for you guys. So I got visuals and everything going on tonight. So y'all just go ahead and bear with me. Watch what I do. Just real quick, I see all of you checking in. Let me see where some of you are checking in from. Let's have some fun. I see Jersey. I see Memphis. I see Alabama, Sacramento. Let's see. I see Fargo. I love that show. Do you watch Fargo, North Dakota? That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to my friends in Fargo. I absolutely love that TV show Fargo. And if any way, shape, or form they wilding out in Fargo the way they was wilding out on that TV show, I'm going to collect some coins and I'm going to send for you, LaWanda, because I got to get you up out of Fargo, because that TV show is wilding. Let's see. Where else are you guys checking in from? Dallas. Hey, my Queen Florence is checking in from Dallas. I see my little, it's so funny because I've been doing this for so long that some of you feel like family to me. So I'm getting ready to be like, yeah, my cousin checking in. I see my cousin Morgan, and I see my friend and my cousin Shantae. New York is in the building. Fayetteville is in the building. So, I said in the building. Y'all online. See? Well, now I done turned into a DJ. Who in the building? Throw your hands in the air, waving like you just don't care. We see Tip is checking in from, where I see? Tip is checking in from South Carolina. We got Spartanburg. Okay, so, Fishers, Indiana. Hey, Fishers. Hey, Boston. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started with what I had to clutch my little imaginary pearls with this particular story right here. Paula Patton got a new boo. Married bae. Now, Paula Patton is, I don't know. Okay, let me just go ahead and tell you the story first. Okay, so Paula Patton, her and Robin Thicke, they were married and then they divorced because Robin Thicke was cheating on her, right? We remember the pictures and the videos of him getting busy with people overseas and carrying on, showing out like he not married with a baby at home. Well, now Paula Patton was gushing as she was promoting her new film, Traffic. And she was talking about how she has a new boo and she loves him and that she met him at a kid's sporting event. And she also implored other moms, if you're single, go to your kids, go to your kids' games and check out the daddies, because that's where she met her boo. I was like, oh, Paula got a new man. Good for her. Because, Robin done moved on. Him and April together, they just had their little baby. So I'm like, okay, Paula, you back in the game. That's right, girl. Get you a man. Get you, you dating and things. Okay, Paula, I see. Got the new dude, went blonde, changing it up a little bit. Okay, got the new film out. Okay, Paula, I see you, chick. I see you. So I was like, okay, good for her. Really, really good for her. And then I had woke it up. And I looked online and they said, Paula Patton boyfriend is married. So I was like, oh, Paula done got married? No, boo. Paula Patton new boyfriend is married. Got a whole wife and kids back home. So I said, wait a minute. So I start doing my Googles and I start searching around. And the guy's name is Zachary Quitman. He is a trust fund baby. He's also a real estate agent in Malibu. So I started doing my Googles because I need to know more so I could tell y'all. So upon my Googles, I found that Zachary lays low on the internet. He lay real low on the internet, but he has a very proud mama. And his mama is very well to do in the real estate industry as well. She's considered a celebrity realtor. And she is so proud of her babies. And she posted a picture of all her children. And I found Paula Patton's man. And I said, well, look here. So as the story goes, as Paula said out of her own mouth, she met him at her son's sporting event because I guess their kids play together, or either he was the coach. I don't know. But yeah, she met him. The wife was like, well, I thought she was nice. Had no idea she was going to run off with my man. And I'm like, well, sis, it doesn't happen to the best of them. You may want to go ahead and get a lawyer on the horn and see what some of your options are. See, because now what's confusing to me is if Paula left Robin for cheating on her, why would she link up with a dude who was already mad? Maybe he sold her the dream. You know how to dream. I'm only there for my kids. Me and my wife, we don't have nothing in common no more. I'm just holding it down for my kids. Wait until my kids turn 18. Maybe he sold her the dream and she fell for it because, y'all, between us, did Paula Patton have a head injury? Because sis act different. Is she on the spectrum? Because it is Autism Awareness Month. Paula Patton just act a little strange. And I don't know if it's just me, but she acts strange. And her strange looks like either she is drunk or she is high, allegedly drunk or allegedly high. But Paula Patton is just a little weird to me. Even when she talks, like her mouth goes to one side, like Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know about Paula Patton. So I just feel like Paula is a little touched upstairs. So I could see her running off with somebody's husband and being like 2 tears in a bucket. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, hurt people. It's just karma. I'm just doing what the next chick did to me. I don't know. But as you can see from the picture here, Paula, there is no shame in Paula's game. Her and her boo was on the red carpet and he's still married to death. I'm talking about they not even legally separated. They were on that red carpet together for traffic, and just peep the look on their faces. I mean, hey, sis, I'm going to just tell you like this. Just remember, how you get them is how you lose them. And just don't end up having to pay somebody else's wife alimony. I'm just saying, be careful how you move now, Paula, because you don't want to end up getting alimony from Robin and then having to turn over and give the check to somebody else's wife. So, I mean, it is what it is. People find love in the strangest places, but I just ain't the one to be running around with somebody's husband. Nene Leakes told y'all a long time ago, keep your legs closed to marry men. But I mean, Paula gonna do what she gonna do. And then when they asked her about it on Hot 97, well, see, Hot 97, they kind of punked. Ebro punked out because he didn't straight up ask her about this dude. He was like, well, you know, the blogs is trolling and all that. And Paula looked him dead in the face and was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, ooh. And then after she told him she don't give a what, then they showed up right on that red carpet together. Like, it's whatever. Snap our pictures and what. But I think maybe she just said we're going to go public with it so it doesn't look like we trying to hide, or it doesn't look like it is what the media is saying it is. But I don't know. I wasn't there. All I know is she was scheduled to do press in Atlanta and she ain't show up because she didn't feel well. So I don't know if she wasn't feeling well because she got wind that this tea was about to drop or what. But shout out to Paula Patton and her married boo. I mean, he all right looking. He don't even look like he worth risking it all. But I mean, I guess it go deeper than looks. Maybe he putting something on her. I don't know. Now, this story right here tickled my spirit because I was just wondering what took so long. R. Kelly's whole team said we out. R. Kelly's whole team put the key in the ignition and got the hell out of town. His lawyer quit, his assistant quit, and his publicist quit after he allegedly got a 19-year-old girl drunk, high, and sent her home with an STD. If you haven't heard, that's the latest accusation against R. Kelly. My thing is, what kind of ride or die assistant, lawyer, and publicist did he have in the first place? I would have cashed out as soon as they said, I probably wouldn't even have been on the team. Maybe he paid good. Because I always wonder how people can stay around someone or kick it with someone or follow someone who has such a terrible reputation for doing allegedly such terrible things. I mean, I remember the video from way in the back. So I don't even understand how they was rocking with him all this time. But I guess, 9 times out of 10, this is how I feel about it. Either the lawyer, assistant, and publicist, either they were like, you know what? We know something and we don't want to get subpoenaed. Or either they are like, you know what? After seeing everything that we've seen over the years, I'm really starting to feel like you truly be capable of doing these things. So I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left. It was it's been a pleasure working with you, I think, but we're going to go ahead and explore future endeavors, and it will not be with you. So anytime someone is accused of something and their team starts falling off, that is not a good look. That is not a good look. And I just don't even understand how R. Kelly's still out here victimizing folks. I thought by now we were all free and clear and we had a clear understanding of what the Pied Piper is capable of, allegedly, and what the Pied Piper is all about, allegedly. Unless you're going to go over his house in some waterproof clothes, I don't understand why you're going over there in the first place. And if you are not old enough to buy liquor, you don't need to be nowhere around this man. Point blank, period. So shout out to R. Kelly and shout out to his team for finally wrapping their minds around something and getting their minds right to go ahead and cash out. Because I just don't understand it. I don't understand what took so long. Me, myself, personally, I don't understand. But it is what it is. And you know what's so crazy? Every single time I post a story about R. Kelly, someone will still come in and say, lies. Who lying? My grandmother always told me everybody not gonna tell the same lie on you. Everybody not gonna tell the same lie. You might get a few people who get into cahoots, try to take you down on the low, but everybody not gonna tell. So listen, once I saw that video from way in the back with Sparkle's niece, anything you tell me about R. Kelly is an automatic cosign on me. Y'all could be like, you know, I saw R. Kelly flying with bat wings the other day. I'd be like, word. Yeah, he said, I believe I can fly. So, I mean, he might have been writing about some of his life experiences. I don't know. It's always someone who will come in and defend this man to the end. And my thing is, we are all fans of people. We are all, you know, we have somebody that we're a fan of. We have someone that we want to give the benefit of the doubt. But how many benefits and how many doubts you gonna give the man? I mean, at some point, you just got to use your common sense. But shout out to Kels. He hiring if you're interested. Oh, speaking of a reputation, we might as well just go ahead and get into this one right here. Where is it at? China Anne McClain versus Anita Baker. This one caught me a little bit off guard, but not really. Basically, here's the long story short. China Anne McClain took to Twitter the other night. Last night, I believe. Yeah, today's the 20th. She took to Twitter last night and shared how disappointed she was that her mother saw Anita Baker and went up to tell Anita Baker how much of a fan she was. And Anita popped off and started yelling at her mama. So China was like, she's so disappointed. She added dapped Anita Baker to let her know, put her on notice. Anita came back, and it wasn't, I don't want to call it a clap back because she didn't at China. She just put it in the atmosphere, but she knew China would see it. And she basically said that she was minding her own business, trying to fill out her passport paperwork. And this loud behind woman came up on her, blowing her cover. I didn't have security or nothing, Jesus. I was just minding my own business, filling out my passport paperwork. And then this loud behind woman comes up, trying to be a fan, being all loud and drawing all this attention to me. And now the whole office, everybody in the whole office is looking. Everybody in the whole office know Anita Baker is in the building. So I was like, oh. So then China came back with her well-raised behind, and she was on some, Miss Baker, God knows all and sees all. And you know good and god darn well that my mama is a professional and did not roll up on you being loud inside wherever they were. I'm assuming the post office. And she did not run up on you being loud. You and God both know the truth. And shame on you because the truth ain't in you. I'm paraphrasing, but you get the point. So then Anita is on her page popping off like, get a publicist. Sheesh. And she said, and when my fans say hi to me, I say hi back. And I was like, all right, Auntie Anita, can we talk in the corner for a second? I don't know if you had heard, but it's a rumor out on you that you real ignorant when people try to come up to you and speak to you. I don't know if you heard it. I don't know if you know, but this is the consensus in the streets that you real rude and sometimes ignorant. Not ignorant, but you sometimes ignorant when people be trying to come and talk to you and show love and show you that they appreciate your craft and they appreciate your voice and your talent. So I don't know if you know this, but I just want to let you know that there is a perception out there that you be showing your behind. And even today when I wrote the post, all through the comments, my ICC friends came in and was like, she was ignorant to me as such and such. Child, she did this. Child, she did that. Oh, everybody know Anita ignorant. Everybody know Anita rude. Rude is the word. Everybody know Anita rude. Everybody know this. Everybody know that. And it's just very unfortunate that our divas, like, and here's the thing. One ICC friend came in and said, well, if you was a real fan of Anita Baker, you would know that she don't like to be approached. If you want to approach my wallet, I can approach you when I see you in the grocery store. Now, I ain't going to approach you while you eating dinner and you trying to put your fork in your mouth. And I'm like, Anita, let's take a selfie. It's not going to be all that. But if you want to approach my wallet at these concerts, then I can approach you and say hi. Like, my thing is, I get that you're famous, but you are still a human being. Just like Jesus woke you up today, Jesus woke me up too. Good morning, boo. We both woke. Okay, thank you, Jesus. I understand that there's a time and place for everything. I understand that sometimes you don't necessarily want people to run up on you. I understand that sometimes you don't want a big fanfare, or you don't want people like, oh my God, it's Anita Baker. I really don't feel like in 2018, there's going to be anybody out here that's going, oh my God, it's Anita Baker, unless they went to high school with you or somebody's mama, i.e. China Anne McClain's mama. But China, as well raised as China is, I don't necessarily see her mama wilding out. If she was able to raise 3 beautiful, well-mannered girls, I don't see her losing her cool and wilding out on you while you try to fill out your passport paperwork. And then China was like, God knows the truth. When somebody hit you with God knows the truth, that's basically tell the truth and shame the devil. She hit her with a change the truth. Look, shame the devil, tell the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil. I got it backwards or something. I don't know. But all I'm saying is Anita Baker don't never, ever, 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 ever have to worry about me or my wallet approaching her. I don't listen. If I can't say hi to you, I can't spend a coin with you. Because, I mean, come on now. There's some levels of diva that just go way too far. So in this case, I am going to have to say that I believe China versus Auntie Anita. And I'm sorry if that offends some of y'all or hurt your feelings, but I mean, the records show, okay, you got a history of showing your behind. It just is what it is. But anyway, all right, some good news. Let's do some good news. Look who got engaged. Look at God. Ain't God good? Look at that. Look at that. So Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child got engaged, and she is engaged to her pastor boo, Chad Johnson. Now, when I first seen the headline that Michelle Williams was engaged to Chad Johnson, I was like, Ocho Cinco. But then I said, girl, stop playing. I forgot she was dating the pastor. But they've been dating for a year, and they have actually been engaged for a month. They just been laying low and keeping it quiet. And I'm just very happy for them. I'm happy for her. You know, Michelle is a sweet, sweet girl, and she always seems to catch the short end of the stick from fans. You know, they always treat her like she's the weakest link of Destiny's Child, and she just gets people just give her a hard time. You know, one time somebody said, look like you can handcuff her with the back of an earring. It was just bad. They just give Michelle a very hard time. So I was very, very happy to see that she has found love and happiness, and both of them love the Lord. So I pray many blessings over their union, and I wish them a lifetime of happiness. So congrats to them. I love love. Love is good. Love is good. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about Captain Save-A-Ho for a second. And I'm calling her Captain Save-A-Ho because that's what she calls herself. Don't be up here like, ooh, Zafi calling people hoes, because I told y'all the other week when y'all was calling homegirl, what was her name? Kate Hudson. When y'all was calling Kate Hudson ho, I told y'all don't call people hoes willy-nilly. It's not nice. Okay, so Amber Rose went on an Instagram rant. And she was talking, basically she said in a nutshell, that she just wished that she could go back to just being a girl from Philly, and that she feels like the internet is evil and it has changed her because people attack her and no one wants her to be happy and no one feels like she deserves to be loved. And I was like, okay. And then she said she's going to continue to fight for the women who are always berated and called out of their names and so on and so forth. And I was like, okay, pause for the cause, pause for the cause. I want to like Amber Rose. I like Amber Rose as a mother. I think the way she loves Bash, I think she's a fantastic mother to Bash. But I am not going to get in my panties and drawers and strut through the streets of LA with her in no slut walk. You called me when she set up a Queen March. My thing is this. Amber Rose sends mixed messages to her fans. You cannot sit up and call yourself a slut, a whore, a B. Like the stuff that she called herself, I'd be like, good Lord Jesus, like you really you gonna say this out loud? Amber Rose calls herself some of the most obscene and obnoxious and just disrespectful names that you can call a woman, is how she refers to herself. So if you are constantly taking pictures and saying, slut pose for Tuesday, I'm a hoe. She says she was at Hochella all weekend instead of Coachella. She is constantly referring to herself as a slut, a hoe, a B, and all this stuff. And then you get mad when your fans or whomever, sometimes fans is a iffy word. But when other people start calling you hoes and sluts and bitches and all that kind of stuff, then you want to get in your feelings and get upset and say people trying to slut shame you. How can you be slut shamed if you're calling yourself a slut? If I tell y'all I'm a Puerto Rican every day, sooner or later, some of y'all going to start calling me a Puerto Rican. At least the one, some of y'all that's like, child, will you quit it? But just for the record, I am part Cuban. But anyway, if you are constantly calling yourself out these names, people feel like you are giving them the cosign for them to call you those names too. If somebody came up to me and was like, hey ho, and I was like, Queen, my bad. What's up, Queen? It's that simple. If somebody came up and say, hey ho, and I say, hey bitch, then the cycle going to keep on. Every time they see me, hey ho, hey bitch. That's how it's going to be. But if you roll up on me talking to me crazy and I'm like, just my crown, it's Queen to you. Queen Zavi to you. So that's all it takes. That is all it takes. So the thing is, you're sending out the wrong message. You're sending out a particular message. And then when the message comes back twofold, now you're upset and you think people think you don't deserve to be loved and people are slut shaming you. And my thing is with this slut walk, since we talk about Amber, I'm going to just say this about the slut walk and I'm going to let it be. The slut walk was designed. I think the slut walk was created somewhere in Canada. And it was created because a woman was raped. And I think a police officer blamed her for getting raped based off of the clothes that she had on. So people took to the streets and they marched and they protested saying, oh, okay, so you thought she was a slut based off of what she had on. So we're going to do a slut walk just to shut you down and to show you that no matter what we wear, we should not be sexually assaulted. We should not be berated. We should not be, so on and so forth. Sis said, ooh, it's something called a slut walk? Bet. We about to flip this out. And she flipped it. And now she turned it into a oasis once a year where her and all her other friends who like to call themselves sluts and whores and bitches and all that other stuff, they all get together and put on whatever they want to wear. And some of them just come naked, whatever the heck is, whatever you want to do, boo-boo. Some of them come out there naked and they parade around and celebrate what my grandma would call being a loose woman. But they sprinkle a little message on top like, oh, no one should be raped and no one should be slut shamed and no one should be abused and so on and so forth. But no, like you are totally misrepresenting what the slut walk is. You're using the slut walk for your own agenda. And your agenda is you want to get on Instagram. You want to show us your boobs. You want to show us your butt. And unfortunately, I've seen your vagina too, thanks to the internet. And then you want to flip it and turn it into a celebration and have everybody else join you, make some coins off of it and get out in the streets and do, once a year. And now you got celebrities and stuff coming out there performing and all that. But my thing is, if you went out there on the real basis of the slut walk, I would have no problem with it. But you just out there celebrating at what my grandma called being a loose woman. So, I mean, Amber, if you want people to respect you, you gotta start at the front. You got to start at the front. So, my thing is, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, people are allowed to wear whatever it is they want. But when you call yourself a hoe and you call yourself a slut, and then other people call you a hoe and a slut, you can't jump out the window and be all up in arms and ready to just fall apart. You have to set your boundaries. You have to set your level of respect and make other people abide by it. It is what it is. I don't know. Amber Rose is one of them unique folks. It's just going to be what it is. Before we slide out of celebrity news and entertainment, I just want to touch on this for a second. Remember when Tiffany Haddish said she was at that party and she was willing to fight whoever bit Beyonce, allegedly bit Beyonce. I don't know. I don't even know if Beyonce got bit. But remember when Tiffany said she was ready to put them paws on whoever the actress was that allegedly bit Beyonce? I'm going to need her to keep that same energy for whoever is responsible for this cover. I'm going to need Tiffany to put them paws on whoever is responsible for this Time magazine cover. Just because Tiffany is a beautiful woman. Tiffany is a talented woman. But this Time magazine cover is the shadiest Time magazine cover I have ever seen in my life. They got sis dressed like she in The Handmaid's Tale. Her eyebrows look like they getting ready to take off in the flight. Her makeup is crazy. She looks like a puppet. And this is not on Tiffany. This is on whoever the creative director was behind this cover right here. They owe Tiffany an apology. And if I was Tiffany, that same energy you had when you was going to put them paws on whoever bit Beyonce, whoever styled you for that shoot, whoever took that photo, and whoever chose that picture, you need to put them paws on them. Keep that same energy with them because they deserve it. I don't advocate violence, but somebody got to see some holy hands for this. Because you being one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people is a very big deal. You should have been on there with a princess cap, a princess crown, and some gorgeous behind gown. They had Jennifer Lopez looking like she had just ascended from heaven on her cover. She was like, because J-Lo don't play. J-Lo don't play. J-Lo would have Time magazine bankrupt if they had her out there. Oh, Lord, I ain't even get to her hair. Jesus in the manger. Jesus, Casey, Mary, and JoJo. Y'all. It looked like, and my thing is, I want to go in on this cover, but I don't want y'all to think I'm going in on Tiffany because it ain't about Tiffany. If this was Tiffany down the street, I would still be hot. But it's Tiffany Haddish, and this is a big deal and a big moment for her, and somebody let her down. This is all this right here. That's Handmaid's Tale. It only need to be read. And she just need a little thing over top. I would prefer, they could have put her in a Scully instead of that wig. They did my girl dirty. Dirty. Matter of fact, if she don't want to put paws on whoever is responsible for this cover, just tell me who it. DM me, sis. Send me a private message. Send me a bird. I will get the message. Tie it to a pigeon. I will get it. And I will take care of whomever is responsible for this. Somebody need to get them hands. Because I done got mad. I'm sorry. I done got mad. Well, since I'm already mad, let's just slide into some TV scoop. Since I'm already mad, and apparently y'all was mad too, Netflix play all day. For a hot second, I started to call Monique and say, hey girl, I love us for real. You know that Netflix boycott you was talking about? I think I'm going to go ahead and get down with it for about 48 hours. Because they done messed around and said they were not going to renew 7 Seconds. Now, let me tell you, I had a delayed mad about 7 Seconds because I went into 7 Seconds with the understanding that it was a limited series. Because it's a limited series, that means that there will not be another series. It's just going to be one. Remember Shots Fired on Fox? It was just one. It was a limited series. So I went into Shots Fired believing that it was a limited series. I was not expecting a second season. I was not expecting I almost said a sequel, but a sequel is for a movie. I was not expecting a second season until that last episode of 7 Seconds when they left it wide open for another season. And I said, wait a minute. Now, if this was just a limited series, they would not have left this so obviously open for a second season. But I was like, no, I'm just going to tell people to go watch it because it was a great series. I'm going to just tell, it was shot in New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. I was like, I'm going to make sure people know this is a great series. So I was posting about it. And I even hit up Malik Yoba, and I tried to get him on the ICC podcast to talk about it, but then he ended up getting booked for another TV show, and the scheduling got all jacked up. But Malik, I'm still on your neck. You still owe me. You said you were going to do the interview, but just a great show. So I was just like, okay, well, maybe it is still a limited series. And then Netflix released a statement saying, well, I'm sorry, y'all, but we opted not to renew the series. It was going to be a standalone. And then so I said, wait, if y'all opted not to renew it, y'all telling me that there was a chance that I could have got a second season? Now I'm mad. Because see, the thing is, when I went into it believing that there wasn't a second season, I was fine. When I found out it was a chance to get a second season and y'all chose not to, now I'm mad. I am all the way mad. Regina King, what's his name? Russell Hornsby, fantastic job. The show was so true to life, and it was very timely for what we're going through right now with police brutality, Black Lives Matter. It was so on point, and that's what a lot of people feel about the series, and that is why a lot of people feel Netflix did not renew the show. They feel like it ruffled too many feathers, it made too many people uncomfortable because it hit too close to home for a lot of people in a lot of situations. But it is what it is. Regina King gonna be all right, because I don't know if y'all know, but sis be straight directing. She done directed episodes of Scandal. She done directed episodes of Grey's Anatomy. Regina King is beast mode as an actress, but she is also beast mode as a director. So sis gonna be all right. I'm just mad that when I found out there was a chance that I could have got a second season and they not gonna give it to me. So anyway. Did y'all watch the last episode of Scandal? The final episode of Scandal ended. The series ended last night. And can I be real with y'all? While it's sad to see the end of an Olivia Pope era, the show was just going too far left for me after a while. And I was like, come on, y'all, wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Just wrap it on up. Like it's time. It's time for Olivia to put her coat on. It's time for Olivia to put her hat on, grab her big wine glass, kiss Fitz on the mouth or wherever else she want to kiss him, and head on out the Oval Office. I just felt like after a while, it just got to the point where it was like, what's left for Olivia to do? She was steady bouncing back and forth between Fitz and what's the name, Jake. And I'm just like, okay. But I love Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington fine too, since she already done jumped out my spirit. But I love Kerry Washington. Kerry Washington made history as the first Black woman to star as the lead of a primetime drama on a network, and I think it was like 40 years, which is absolutely ridiculous. But she did her thing. I remember when Scandal first started, and I was just so hype about it. I was like, this show is so dope. Every week I tuned in like, oh my goodness. And then maybe around the third or fourth season, it was just like, oh, it's time for Scandal. All right. And then by the time we got to the seventh season, I was just like, I'm just watching, so I know what to tell my ICC friends. But I still love everyone on the show. I respect the cast, the crew, Shonda Rhimes, because Shonda is beast mode. And just congratulations. Congratulations to her. This particular photo right here is a photo that Kerry shared. She took it on the very last day of filming the very last episode of Scandal. So congratulations to her, because she did the darn thing. 7 seasons of her being the lead. And I mean, sis had black dudes, white dudes, all kind of, she had the president, she had the assassin, sis had all kind of peniles just coming on through there. So I was like, do your thing. But the real Emmy go to Papa Pope, because Papa Pope scared that's the real goon you want on your team. And you don't mess with his dinosaur bones. Okay. Some more TV scoop. Ray J and Princess Love have landed their very own 2-hour baby special. I was like, 45 minutes? Oh, 2. An hour? 2. Okay. So 2 hours of a baby special for Ray J and Princess Love. I really like Princess Love. Princess Love can be a bit much sometimes, especially when she gets hormonal and then she starts putting all her business on social media. But I think she's a beautiful girl. I think she's a sweet girl, and I might be a little biased because she's an ICC friend. So shout out to Princess Love and to Ray J. Congratulations to them on their little bundle of joy. Their little girl should be coming in the very near future, because I think she said somebody said they only got a month left. I can't remember if it's Princess Love or Tia. Somebody is almost ready to have a baby. Eva Marcel had her baby, but somebody else is almost ready to have their baby, or either they just got one more month left. Either way, I'll tell you when the baby get here, because Princess Love gonna let us know she put everything on social media. So their baby special is set to air on VH1. Will you guys be tuning in to watch Princess Love and Ray J's baby special? Now, I'm here for the baby special if it's going to be leading right up into me seeing the baby at the end. I don't need the shenanigans and tomfoolery and how we going to do our nursery and what elaborate designer we're going to bring in to do our nursery. If y'all gonna do that, I will sit through that if I get to see the baby at the end. But I can guarantee you this baby is gonna be beautiful, because Ray J is nice to look at and Princess is a doll. So unless their DNA get all mixed up together and start fighting and battling each other, this is gonna be a beautiful baby. A very, very beautiful baby. And the fact that it's going to be a little girl is just even sweeter. So congratulations to Princess Love and Ray J. Okay, so music. I don't know how many hip hop heads we got in the building, but Coley Cole done dropped KOD. I started listening to it today, but I quickly put it on pause. I went through a few songs and then I put it on pause because I was trying to listen while I was working. You can't do that with Coley Cole, because J. Cole is too lyrical just to be listening on some bypass type stuff. So I had to go ahead and pause for the calls, and I told Coley Cole I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back round when I get done with the ICC friends tonight, and you and I are gonna sit together and we're gonna study these lyrics. Congratulations to J. Cole. It's just good to see he's back. His 5th studio album. The album is titled KOD, and he said that it has multiple meanings, from kids on drugs, and from the album cover you can see that clearly that's the first thing that he's addressing is kids on drugs, because we're in an era now where kids think it's cute and cool to get high. Back in the day we used to clown people who mamas was crackheads, but now all the kids want to be crackheads too. So unfortunately it is what it is. I'm not a fan of the cover. I am with you, Malika. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I am not a fan of the artwork, because apparently it looks like whoever did this artwork was a little high too at the time. But just congratulations to J. Cole. I'm happy that he's back. And I have to dissect this album because I don't want to just jump out the window and be like, oh, it's so dope. Oh my goodness, Coley Cole. If I really don't like it. So, just shout out to J. Cole. And it's funny because I heard someone say, did anybody else notice that J. Cole literally transformed into Savion Glover right before our eyes and nobody is addressing it? But I mean, hey, he has a new look. And he's a little deeper. I know that he has one song on the album where he's talking about how his mom used to be high and drunk. And I know she was not happy with that, because I would have felt some type of way. Like, boy, I understand you got an art form, but you can't be putting all my business out in the street with your little art form unless you give me a piece of the royalties. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's talk some movies real quick before we get up out of here. Y'all know what I'm hype about. I ain't even gonna listen. I'm just gonna pull the picture up. Where my picture at? Boom. The Equalizer 2. Denzel Washington. Some of you may not know, but Denzel Washington is my biggest interview to date. He is the most famous person I have ever interviewed in my entire life. And it was not a good interview. No, it was not. It was not a good interview. And it wasn't because of him. It was because of me. I was so shook. I don't even remember what I said to the man. Because when you're standing in front of Denzel Washington and he smiles and you see them pretty white teeth and them sparkling eyes, and he had his hair brushed back like a little cat daddy, and I was just like, good God Almighty, he had me wishing for older days. I was like, Lord, in another lifetime, Mr. Washington. I'm sorry. I am not trying to Me Too Denzel Washington. But anyway, The Equalizer 2 is coming this July. They just dropped the trailer. And y'all, when I tell you, I literally was watching the trailer like this. Antoine Fuqua did that. Listen, they got Robert McCall going to Turkey, killing folks to retrieve a little girl. The Equalizer 2. That's all I got. Just the EQ2. Hashtag EQ2. The Equalizer 2 is coming. If you have not watched the trailer, please do yourself a favor. Visit icecreamconvos.com and check out the Equalizer 2 trailer. Denzel Washington is just... the man he's just amazing. He is just amazing. I love me some Denzel Washington. And also in theaters today, let me get Denzel over here. In theaters today is my new friend, Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer has a new film out and it's called I Feel Pretty. In I Feel Pretty, Amy Schumer plays the role of a woman named Renee. She's just an ordinary chick when she has self-esteem issues and low confidence and so on. She busts her head to the white meat in a Soul Cycle class. And when she woke up, she thought she was the baddest bee in town. Cut and dry. Her head injury had her thinking she was so fine when she looked in the mirror. I went to the advanced screening of the film. Y'all, when I tell you, I cracked up from the time that movie started until the time it ended. Well, no, because towards the end, I shed a thug tear. I will go on record and say I shed a thug tear. It was just one, and it dried by the time it got right here. The film is good. And for me, I struggle with confidence and I struggle with feeling pretty and I guess most women do. Some days we feel like we bomb and some days we be feeling like, why did my neck throw up? Is my panties shrinking? Why is my shirt rolling up when I sit down? I can't see my crock pot when I sit on the toilet. We just deal with different things, And so this film spoke to all of that. It spoke to all the different feelings that women have. It spoke to, having a relationship. It spoke to how guys deal with women as they go through their things in relationship. It was just a very well thought out film. And Amy did a great job. And I had the opportunity to sit down with her when she came to Atlanta to talk to her about the movie. And people have feelings about Amy Schumer. Some people are like, she too raunchy for me, and she ain't funny, and she ain't this, and she ain't that. And at some point in time, I felt like that about her too. She really won me over with this film. So I was excited to sit down and talk to her because the premise of the film, and like Nicole said, the plot of the film was just it's just a great concept film for women. And, Amy says she dedicated the film to her 12-year-old self, which I thought was so dope once you see it, right? Okay, so When I came in to sit down with her to talk, she walks in the room and she was like, "Hi, I'm Amy." Bill, I know you. We know why I know why I'm here. Do you know why you here? Yes, I know you are Amy Schumer. She was like, have we met before? I'm talking about her energy was so ill. Like she just came in the room like Amy Johnson from down the street. And we sat down and we talked, we laughed, and I had her laughing. She was just looking at me like, "Girl, you so stupid." Because we were talking about, I told her about the time I tried to take a spin class and it didn't work out so well. And she was like, "The seats hurt your vagina." I was like, "Girl." And then I told her, I said, "Oh, I was so excited to see that you had cellulite like me." And she cracked up. So, if you would like to hear our conversation, unfortunately, we were in a situation where I couldn't videotape it. So I did get the audio, and it is on the Ice Cream Convos podcast. It is also on the website, and it is also on our YouTube channel. So you can go and listen to the interview. It's not a very long interview. I made sure I condensed it down for you guys to check it out. But shout out to Amy. Amy is my girl. Like, no Amy Schumer slander will be tolerated until she do something else a little nuts. But I just appreciated her conversation. And once you hear, her on some real talk, you will appreciate the conversation as well. And you will have a different appreciation of her. Unless you just don't like her. And if you just don't like her, that ain't nothing I can do about that. So make sure you check out I Feel Pretty this weekend. It's a great film to take. Earlier, I was trying to figure out how young could you take, like if you have a daughter, like how young she could be to go. I'm going to say, because I think there is one scene where Amy get butt bunky naked. So you may, a teen and up, but it's great about, just self-acceptance and loving who you are and all that. But yeah, y'all should have seen her face when I was like, "Girl, I was hyped because you got cellulite like me." She was like, "I told them they better not touch my cellulite." I said, "Girl, that touched my soul." Okay, I was feeling that because I see you, you see me, we see each other. So shout out to Amy Schumer. So make sure you guys go check that out. Grab some of your girlfriends and go check it out. It's a nice film for like dinner, some drinks, and then roll up in the theater. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out. I'm not going to talk that long tonight. I hope you guys enjoy my little visuals and stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending this time with me. There's something I wanted to remind you to do. What is it? Download the ICC app. Because this week I have noticed that our engagement on Facebook, it continues to get lower and lower and lower, which means they are not allowing our ICC friends to see our post on Facebook. But if you have the ICC app, you will receive alerts every time I post a new post. If you don't like to receive a lot of alerts, that's fine. All you have to do is just open up the app and you will have access to the podcast. You will have access to Destiny's podcast, my baby girl's podcast. You have access to the site, and just our YouTube page and all our different socials and everything. Everything you need related to Ice Cream Convos is inside our ICC app. This one girl, she wrote me on Instagram and she said, well, I deleted the app because it was eating up my battery. And I said, did you close out the app when you were done using it? Because if you leave any app running in the background, it's going to eat up your battery. And I really didn't appreciate that, because it was like, you trying to put some negative energy on my app. Put a lot of work into this app. And I tried to create a space where everything that you need related to Ice Cream Convos is in one place, and you don't have to search and look and find and so on and so forth. So I definitely appreciate all of you who have downloaded the app. Thank you to those of you who left a review on iTunes, and for those of you who left reviews on Google Play. It's so funny because I had a perfect review score on Google Play, and I guess someone didn't want to let me be great, and she just came in and was like, it's all right, and ruined my perfect score. But I mean, what can you do? I equate that to people who go to YouTube pages and just do thumbs down for no damn reason. I mean, it is what it is. You can't make everyone happy. But yes, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tomorrow is competition day for Destiny. She has a competition on Saturday and Sunday, so I will have a busy weekend. So if the scoop is a little low or a little slow, I apologize and please bear with me. But if you have the ICC app, as soon as I post something, you will know. All right, so have a fantastic, fantastic night and have a great weekend and have a blessed week. And I will see you next Friday. Oh, got some good news. I'm going to tell y'all this, but don't tell nobody. I'm interviewing PD Pablo next week. We're going to find out what that freak elite been up to. So I'm excited about that. I will be interviewing PD Pablo. I think we are going to go live on live on Facebook to do our interview. It's going to be in the middle of the day. So if you're working or anything like that, no worries. No worries whatsoever if you're working, because any live that I do will also be posted on our YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss anything. So yes, I will be interviewing PD Pablo. That's going to be fun because y'all, PD a mess. He is a mess. That is my friend. He's my fave and he's a mess. So I will be interviewing PD Pablo on Wednesday. So all of you have a good night. Love you guys much. Stay safe, stay blessed. And thank you so much for always supporting Ice Cream Convos. All right. Bye. All right. I always forget how to close out this chat thing because, I use a new chat thing here. So, okay. Bye, y'all.